Good morning. What we have here today is a 1951 Ford F1. This is going to be a first attempt at a will it run video. This truck came into a scrapyard. As you can see, it's pretty rotten. But the bones, frame, cab, bed structure, all are solid. No real rust in the doors. Even the cab corners are good. Everything's solid. Be it nasty, but solid. So, she's savable. Excuse me for not getting a good wide shot. I'm a little bit limited on room where she's sitting. As you can see, I have too many projects sitting around, including Franken-Jeep. If this goes good, I'll do a video on that. It does run. But could not let this be crushed. That right there is another project that came into the scrapyard and was going to be completely crushed. She is a runner driver. Took about 6 months to get her there. But again, the cab is in really good shape. Doofus. And you're saying there's no way the underside of this truck is not rotten. Well, it's got surface rust, but it is solid. So, coup de grace. Let's open the hood. Which is not easy with one hand. And here we have all of its horsepower glory. Do I know if it'll spin over? No, I have not messed with it. So, I'm going to close the cam. There's a horn under there. And do a little cleanup because I have very limited video software. And I'll be back. Okay, I'm not gonna lie. It took a minute to find this because I've never worked on these. But went to check the oil. And we got oil. Doesn't actually look that bad. So, that's a good thing. It's not easy to find a little hole to put it in down here though. Yep, I'm not going to try to do that without a flashlight. So, I'll be back again. Okay, for those you don't know, these old trucks ran a reversed ground setup. So positive is actually your ground. I'm pretty sure this is a 6-volt truck. That's a 6-volt battery. It's hooked up over there to my 12-volt truck. I'm just trying to see if I can get fire to something, and then I'm gonna go from there. If I can, I'll get a 6-volt battery. Well, I have ran into a slight problem. I need to get under the truck. There's not enough room for me to get under the truck. But that is the wood floor still in the bed. I'm trying to get over there to get to the starter Bendix to lube it, because the starter will spin, the Bendix will not engage. So I have to back up, get out of this predicament, and get a jack. But yeah, a lot better view of the underside of the truck. Big old glass pack under here. Cab floor. Yeah. Nice and rusty, but not rotten. And since we're under, we'll just look at the front side. I'm trying to get right up in there, right there. That's what I've got to get to. And I can't come in from that side because the spare on the trailer is in the way. Why have I got it on a trailer still? Because this is cleaner than working on dirt. So I got to go acquire a jack and get right there and spray that. Guess this has a starter just like an 8-in tractor. All right, more to come. Okay, and yep, ignore the cracked windshield. This is also a project long term. It's gonna be my daily. Going to get a jack. Yay. All right, jack acquired. The back of the truck. Don't that sound good? Yeah, baby. Okay, one old update. I'm sweaty as crap. Got the starter Bendix working back there, but motor is sort of stuck. I got it to move a little bit. I'm not sure if it's just being held in place by the rusty crap on the belts or if it's in the cylinder. So I'm gonna take all the spark plugs out, give it a dose of some lubricant down in the sparky plug holes, and see if I can't get it broke loose after I get a little bite to eat. More to it. Spark plugs are out and look pretty good. Number 5, number 6 got a little bit of rust on them, but nothing bad. Those valves may be open. Everything else looks good. So let's spray a little lubricant down the cylinders and go eat some lunch and come back and give her another whirl. All right, found what's locked up. Let's see if I can show this. This is the water pump. Everything's moving with exception to it. So I'm gonna see if I can get it broke loose now. Okay, it bit me. Anyway, we have success. Let's see. Oh, and it comes off. Let me set you down for a second. Alright, get back on there. There we go. Okay. Let's try this again. Now, I'm gonna rotate it a few times and we'll be back. Okay, it's 2:45 in the afternoon. I've been working on this all day. Motor is, it'll move. That is a oil filter wrench, chain oil filter wrench for when things just will not come apart, wrapped around the crank pulley, and a extendable ratchet with a socket on the front harmonic balancer bolt. Motor will move. Reach down here and grab it. It'll move, but it's getting to right here and sticking. So all I can do is work it back and forth until I work it through the bad spot in one of the cylinders. If it's not on that spot, it moves pretty free. So all I'm doing is dealing with a little bit of rust at the top of the cylinder. And I'm gonna say probably number 5, looking at the spark plugs. But this may keep it from cranking today, because this is slow work. The more pressure I put out on it, the harder it gets stuck, so I'm just having to do it a little time. Anyway, getting there. Dead battery out of the 80s. Power inverter hooked up to the service truck, running a fan. Battery powered fan over here. It's 90 something degrees. Sun has finally went back behind the limbs of the trees, and it's a little bit cooler out here now. So yeah, hope this turns out when I edit all this. I'm gonna get some more water. I'm about to melt and come back to it. Well, it won today. I got a couple of bottles of the mystery stuff, and I'm gonna pour it in the cylinders. It's either got rust at the top of the cylinder, or it has a stuck valve and the piston's coming up and hitting it. I really don't think these are interference engines, so it's probably rust. So I'm gonna douse all 6 cylinders with this wonderful, wonderful product that we all know, and let it sit till tomorrow and try again. Now we just wait and see what tomorrow holds. Alright, day 2 of trying to get this thing to spin over. It's hot, it's muggy. It's my last day off of the weekend. I'm not going to fool with this very long. I'm going to pop the valve cover off and check the valves, see if I've got one stuck. And as you can see, the sun ain't going to be long before it's glaring down on this. And at that point, I'm going to go find some air conditioning and enjoy part of my weekend relaxing. This thumb is sore. So I'm not going to fight this today. I'm going to try something simple. can see what I'm working with here. It's not easy to get under this hood. Doesn't go up very high. But 2 bolts, bust that loose, and pop it off. I have a feeling that right back there I'm going to find a valve stuck. If not, maybe the Marble Mixture Oil did its job last night. And we'll go from there. I'll find a tripod so y'all can watch some of this. I may try to get this phone set up where it'll kind of watch. Maybe I can hang it from, yeah, maybe I can hang it from the hood right here. All right, more to come. Yeah, it works. Baling wire. I found 2 different places with baling wire on it. Oh, I have heard back when people were driving Model A's, if you had a pair of pliers and some baling wire, you could keep them together and running. There's another piece or 2 over there with that really mangled throttle spring attached to it. Here's some over here on this side. Looks like it may have been holding the battery in at one point. Good thing is this thing is well oiled. Everything's coming apart. This truck, I'm gonna say, for what it was well maintained up until it's parked. The oil's not even really dirty. Of course, according to the inspection sticker on the windshield, it hasn't run since 1984. So that means 44 years. Is that right? That is not right. 41 years. Well, math ain't mathing this one. Oh, a stud came out on that one. That explains it. But it's not rusty. Alright. Of course, different size. Off. Yeah. Ah, there we go. Now, what's the chances of this coming off? Slim to none. That's why I brought a par bobber. Let's see. Get under. Like so. Oh, I heard suction. There it goes. I think I must take this fuel line loose to get this out. So, best stuff in the world. Alright, I'm gonna pause y'all again. And find the right wrenches, because oh, well, I'm lucky. Oh, it broke loose. Look at that. You'll hear the hot and muggy bugs in the background. Cicadas, whatever you want to call them. When they're out, you know it is hot and muggy. It's not too bad at the moment. That sun breaks that tree. It's gonna get hot fast. That's a different size. Yep. Gotta have it off. Look at half. I'll be right back. Okay. Half or 7/16. Half. There's some of y'all probably watching this from up north and you're like, there's no way this stuff's coming apart that easy. Well, we're below the rust belt, as they call it, but things down here rust. It's just if it's covered up, it ain't too bad. Really don't want to take this heater hose off, but I think I'm gonna have to. I'm going to take the heater hose off. Once again, let me go get some more tools. If you don't have one of these, go to O'Reilly's and get you one. They're handy, and I've lost one of the bits already. Of course, it's probably the one I need. Let's see if I can get this heater hose off without having to cut it. My thumb being sore from smashing it and cutting the tip of it with my fingernail is not helping this morning. It's really, you don't think about how much you use your tip of your thumb to hold things until it's extremely sore. Hey, look at that. It came off. There's no water in it. That could be a good or a bad thing. Right now, we're going to say it's good. Here, I was out of the way. I wonder if heater was an option back in the 50s. Cork gasket come apart. She looks pretty clean. Alright. Well, let's spin it. Yeah, I can't get that off. Let's spin it over and see. I think I'm at wherever it's sticking in that direction. There's none stuck open. God, that's some nice 50-year-old oil sludge or older. Good thing is it's coated and this one didn't rust. Even the green paint on the valve springs is still there. Alright, let's try going back the other way. Oh yeah. That's why my finger's sore. I'm not seeing any valve movement. Okay. It's a little odd. I see it moving back there. The only one I see moving is this one right here. Oh. So, let's do the tappy tap, 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 tap. Will it do any good? Probably not. Don't need to be moving. No, we're still good and stuck. Another way. Great. I'm gonna pause while I get it unstuck again. Alright, I did a little investigation here and came over here and looked, and I was watching that valve right there move on number 6, which is where I thought she was stuck. That is an intake valve. This is the intake here, and if you look, this is exhaust, this is exhaust, these two are exhaust, that's exhaust, that's exhaust. If you look, this one on number 2 is open. This is where it's stuck. So I have looked in that cylinder, and I don't have my bore scope with me, but just shine a flashlight in there. There was a little bit of rust on it, and when I had the spark plugs out, that one had just a tiny bit of rust. I'm pretty sure that's where it's stuck at. It's on number 2, because that's the only part of the engine that was open to the outside atmosphere through the exhaust, and moisture could get in it. Just like all the other valves are closed. It's an oil bath air filter that keeps the intake side completely sealed off with oil. It's still got oil in it like it's supposed to. So I just poured a lot more Marvel's mystery oil down into that cylinder. It was gone in that one. I see it sitting in some of the other ones still. So I'm pretty sure number 2 is where it's stuck. And at the moment it is stuck very good. I still have my chain wrench and all on it down there. I can't get the brake back loose. I'm gonna let that sit for a few minutes and see what I can do. See if I can get the brake back over, because I was going backwards, so I should be able to get it to move again. And we will see what happens. And as I said, the sun's fixing to be on me. I'm not staying out here sweating today. I'll keep treating that cylinder with Marvel's mystery oil for a few days if I have to get this broke loose. And I suffer in this heat during the week enough. I'm not going to stay out here all weekend doing it. Alright, I have poured more Marvel's mystery oil in there. You can see it floating. Or I shouldn't say floating, but I can't really get that one where you can see it, but each one of them is full almost to the spark plug hole. This sucker's stuck. I don't think I can break it loose again by myself. All I'm doing is tightening the harmonic balancer bolt. I really need a second person to bring that chain wrench over here to this side so they can pull up on it while I'm pushing down. I'm gonna let her sit. The sun's almost on me. I think I'm better off to let that stuff do its job. At this point, I know it's not a valve, it's in the cylinders. And being that it's in the cylinders, it's just going to be a slow go until I push the rings through that rust. And I'm going to have to work it back and forth to do that. Time and patience. And time and patience is not going to make for a good video. So, I'm going to get some help and break her back loose, and I'll work it back and forth and get it loosened up, and then I'll bring this video back. It'll probably be a part 2. I think I'm gonna go ahead and post this. I was wrong on the inspection sticker. It was 1987, so that means she has been down at least what, 38 years? Is that right? Is my math right on that? 38 years? I'll figure it up when I post the video. But yeah, it's not a complete loss. We're gonna get there. I don't know if I'm kind of leaning towards just getting this truck running, getting the clutch fixed, which means I'll have to pull the transmission, and might put some brakes on it, may not, depends if I can find some interest in it. Selling it like it is. I've looked, you can get the repop fenders for it. I mean, they're not cheap, but they're not god awful. This could be a pretty easy restoration project for somebody if they wanted to do it on their own and wasn't worried about it being perfect. So yeah, we'll see. I hope this is not a completely boring will it run video for everybody. Being my first, I really need better cameras, but all I have is my phone at the moment. If this one does pretty good, people like it, I'll invest in some stuff, because that white Ford over there has a bad motor in it. One of the first 306s I've seen sounds like a bucket of bolts when it was running, and it finally locked up when I was trying to get it on a trailer. I'm doing something kind of sacrilege. I'm going to put the motor and drivetrain out of that Chevrolet right there in it, because it runs. Could not save that truck, but I can save the Ford. And yes, I could build a motor, could put a 302 in it, but you know, it's one of those things where I have that. It runs, it drives, it has an overdrive transmission with a 350 in it, and 94 had a lot better reliability on their drivetrain and Chevrolets than they did in the 80s on Fords with the, and I'd end up going 302 probably with a C4 transmission. And well, quite honestly, that's not a great combination for something you want to drive. I want to build something that somebody will actually drive. I mean, it's a solid truck, no real rust in it anywhere. It didn't have any dents in it until somebody hung it at work with a trailer before I could get it home, and bent the fender right there. And it does have one in the bed. That's nothing serious. But yeah, if y'all like these videos, and I'll get better at it, do like everybody else is doing on the YouTube, and start doing these. Mouser, yeah, that's cat. No name, just cat. Hey cat. Yeah, she's into everything. If I'm working on something, she's got to be in the middle of it. I don't know where Doofus is this morning. a lot less interested in me. But I guess I should have done a video on this one. That was a 12-hour drive to Texas to get that truck, and I've got as much money in the motor in there as I do the whole truck. But that's another story. Alright, and I'm going to leave y'all with this, and probably next weekend I will try to work on it again. I'm going to let it sit all week with some penetrating in there, and might get somebody to come help me this week. Get one of us on either side and get that thing unstuck so I can work on it again. And heck, it may break loose. I'll make them out here this evening. I'll leave the tools on it and let that marbles do its thing. I might get it unstuck. But it's going to take a bit. I think she'll run. I just got to get it turned over. And until next time, my friends. Okay, could not leave it alone. Brought my chain wrench over here. How can I do this? Let's see. Really no good place to put y'all. Maybe that'll stay. Okay. So, to tell you what has to be done, I would take some off to get this unstuck. This is it. I'm just having to sit here and work it. Back and forth like that until I finally work it through the bad spot so that it'll spin over. I'm essentially breaking the rust loose and polishing the cylinder with the ring. It's going to smoke like crazy, but it's going to do that anyway. As you can see, it blew some of the marble mistral out of the cylinders. So that means that those are coming up. That went down. And I'm not sure. Yeah, about 5 or 6. Looks like 5 may be coming up as well. So, one of those 3. I still think it's that one right there. I still think it's number 2. Like I said, the exhaust valve is definitely open. Oh, it's on the exhaust stroke. I think that's the culprit. But being that the exhaust valve is open, that means she's right at the top of the stroke, and there's not a lot that's going to have to be polished. I can see the piston; it's not that far. But it is a matter of, it's just a matter of pushing it through that. But I think this is where I'm going to stop for the day. I'm going to let that marbles do its job. I've got it loose. In between that, she moves fine. It moves free. So I don't think I'm going to have any problem once I get it to where I can spin it completely over. It's just, this is going to take time. And that's going to be really, really boring. Because I know y'all don't want to sit here and watch me shake that motor back and forth for hours. And that's probably what it's going to be. And it's freaking hot. The sun's right there. It's fixing to be on me. I'm going to enjoy the day off. I'm going to put the valve cover back on just to protect it. And probably going to go edit this together, post it up on YouTube, see how it goes. And if everybody finds it and likes it, I'll do a part 2. And we'll get this thing running. If I get it running, I got to pull the transmission. Something's broke in the clutch linkage. Throw-out bearing more than likely. Pedal just goes to the floor. It doesn't do anything. The old transmission, you can shift it. You know, it'll go in all the gears. She's a 3 on the tree. Just like most of these. I don't even know if they ever put one in the floor. I think they were all on the column. But oh, this thing's nasty. Oh, it stinks in here. But you know, everything works. So nice little oil pressure gauge, homemade switch to run the heater. But and of course the brakes are stuck, but the clutch is doing nothing. And I went under there, all the linkages hooked up. Tell you what, I hadn't even opened the glove box. Let's see. Rat nest. Hatches. And there she is. Yeah. Showing 78,000 miles. I doubt that's 178, probably actually 78. But it really is funky in here. Oh. It had stickers on it at one time where it was serviced. But you know, doors like that on new cars don't hardly shut that good. But yeah, I'm calling it a day. Until next time.